And now to get some more analysis, let me bring in our guest, Benjamin Chiao, professor at the Paris School of Business. Welcome to our program, Professor. So today the class suspensions continue as tension lingers around campuses. Where do you see this heading, and how will this affect the educational environment? Will there be a lasting impact on Hong Kong's education sector?
The rioters are blocking traffic today, perhaps a rehearsal to block citizens from voting for the opposite camp in the election 10 days from now. It's too chaotic, so universities shut down the campus starting today, offering online teaching for the rest of the semester. These so-called anti-government protests mingle with, I would call, terrorism and inhumane acts. We have seen lynching, bombs, arson, burning trains, burning people alive, shooting arrows and stabbing people in the heart. This really betrayed every ideal the youngsters are fighting for. And this progresses very similar to other color revolutions. First, pick on whatever move by the government that some citizens would be angry with, whether it was a new law such as the extradition bill, or rise in a price of fuel or subway tickets, then started with some so-called peaceful protests, then some professionally engaged radicals would charge at the police, then the police killed some people, and some malicious media, local and abroad, distorted the stories and put all the blame to the police, and then more people took to the streets, more people died, and the government was discredited. And the government, some of these were overthrown. And at last, it was too late to regret because the whole country was in a mess. So the difference this time in Hong Kong is that there is simply no way that Hong Kong protests could overthrow a government that the Chinese government supports. However, in the short run, much fewer talents will go to Hong Kong to study and teach. And in the long run, as Hong Kong universities usually have a branch in Guangdong, Shenzhen, and Guangzhou, these are all roughly backups of their headquarters. Back to you.
And Professor, you previously worked as an educator in Hong Kong, and recent arrests suggest it's mostly students involved in the riots. And now violence has come to campuses. And we heard from the student leader that she tried and failed to justify the violence there. So based on your experience there, what do you think is happening with young people?
I think we first must make a distinction that there are peaceful protesters, violent protesters, underage protesters, and adult protesters. But the bottom line is the youngsters have tasted blood. They have had some success forcing the Hong Kong government to back down. They have been further painted a rosy picture of overthrowing the government, but history is already telling us what happened with other color revolutions. So some of these are really naive protesters, eventually becoming covers for the most violent rioters, who among them could use highly sophisticated strategies and devices, including explosives, to target shots only of the opposite camp, not really on random shots. And they know very well how to silence the otherwise visible and peaceful majority. They also know how to spread terror by attacking random people. Lastly, I think these are the youngsters who will regret what they have permanently changed a place they once called home.
Professor Benjamin Chiao, thank you so much for your insight.